our problem space is inventory tracking. So this is our market segmentation matrix. One of the problems we had last time was that our industries were very vague, so we narrowed it down to these 6. Where before we had restaurants, we now have fast food. Before we had groceries, we now have warehouse clubs. And then we also included flea markets in vintage and antique shops this time. And we sort of also narrowed down like, the end users and some of the benefits that these different industries would receive. So here are some of the things that we thought about before going into the interview. So again, our beachhead market is food banks. And so the problem we thought we were solving was that as a food bank, they have limited resources, both in time and money. And so being able to manage perishable goods that are near the brink of being expired, that would bring some inefficiencies and a lot of waste. So trying to reduce that was the goal that we foresee. So some of the assumptions we went in with are that these food banks have no tracking system, that they don't have enough goods to disperse out, and then little organization on how these foods and these goods are moved around. And then we also assumed that most of the donations were from individuals. So here's what we did. So we went to go talk to the Houston Food. So we went to the Houston Food Bank here in Port Wall, probably like 5 minutes away from here. And we spoke to the warehouse manager, the inventory manager, and then some volunteers that were there as well. And we also went to IKEA as sort of a compare and contrast sort of approach that we thought was beneficial to our problem, since our problem of inventory tracking is very, broad. So we went to the warehouse and we volunteered for 3 hours. We were looking to see what kind of inefficiency we saw just off the bat as volunteers and seeing other volunteers do their work. And while there, we were able to contact the managers or other higher ups, organizers there, got in contact with them and sort of went on from there. So some of the obstacles that we faced were that individuals were busy. We weren't always able to speak to them because they looked busy. We weren't sure if it was our moment to speak to them or approach them. Sometimes we could not have direct access to some of these people. And sometimes we had short time. We didn't have enough time to conduct the interviews.
As well, we were wrong in assuming that there's no organization dealing with food that's coming in. A lot of the donations that are coming are actually from grocery stores as opposed to individuals, and the food bank actually orders food as well. So that was interesting for me personally to find out. A lot of the inefficiencies that are coming, the problem space that we have discovered is from one of the biggest things that the food bank does, of course, is taking in food, which is no problem, but also delivering this food. And they don't have like a process of tracking specifically the orders that they have created that are ready to be sent out. They only just use location sheets, which is just a piece of paper, and there's no way to track which order got picked up and which is on the truck and where it is on the way as it is going to the customer or whoever's receiving it. So there's really a lot of human error in the process going on. So that's a potential area.
Yeah, so what we found in terms of the assumption in terms of like what kind of processes they might have and what they don't was that it seems for the most part that they have the taking in of goods, the sorting it, storing it, etc. part pretty much on lockdown, and it also scales very well. Like one of the things to tag on that we learned was that, for example, last year during Hurricane Harvey, they were able to scale up their processing of goods from something like close to 100,000 pounds worth of goods a day to up to like just over 1 million pounds of goods a day. So the processes in terms of all of that, they seem to have like nailed pretty well, and they don't really need much help there. And like Marjan mentioned, they do have a lot of issues with because they kind of have like their own as a network of other food banks. They ship out a lot of the things they have from the warehouse to other food pantries and things like that. And so once it's in that state, they don't have a lot of granular and transparency in terms of tracking those forward, so that is the sort of area that we plan on focusing in. And so going forward, we do have an interview set up with someone in procurement at the Houston Food Bank to get another angle of the supply chain. And then we were also planning on interviewing potentially people who work in the loading zone of the dock, taking things off the truck, putting things on the truck, those specific employees. They're a little bit harder to get access to because they're often working with heavy equipment and machinery and things like that, so you can't directly approach them. Yeah, and then potential solutions that we're looking into is some kind of Internet of Things device.
You gotta stop here, yeah.